Hey everybody, Dr. Dave Marquis here with a thought about the latest media-driven fear fest, and it has to do with our kids. Once again, our kids. Having had 4 kids myself and having a very loving wife that does a wonderful job with those kids, I understand the concerns of a parent relative to making sure that their kids' needs are met. And so I don't take the topic lightly, but I also don't allow myself to be driven by fear out of ignorance. So I look at what's happening right now in terms of this whole baby formula fiasco as I have everything else that has been put upon us to keep us distracted and anxious and fearful so that we make poor decisions. I hope to present very briefly just some solutions, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of solutions presented when the fear is delivered. So first off, we have been on this planet for millennia, and we didn't have formula provided for the vast majority of the time that we have walked this earth. So is it really vital and necessary that we have that right now? Maybe in really rare instances, but the vast majority of people could actually do other things to provide nourishment for their family and their kids. That's take-home message number 1. Recognize that you don't have to buy into the concept that you need formula. You need food, you need shelter, and you need love. So food can come in a variety of different forms, and it doesn't necessarily have to come in a bag, box, bottle, or jar. In fact, I would argue that much of the things that have come to us in the form of formulas haven't really been that health promoting. They have preservatives and dyes and damaged fats and sometimes proteins that people are intolerant to and sensitive to. I can't tell you how many times over the last 30 years I've seen these intolerance driving states of disease in the children that simply by changing their food source alleviates the disease. So did they really need that? I'd argue absolutely not. They needed to be fed in a different way. One of the things that you can do right now without worrying about going out and getting more formula is actually learning how to find food sources for yourself, your family, and your kids that are clean, that are healthy, and that meet all of their needs. One of the organizations that I commonly have used over the entirety of my career, and I would encourage you to look at them now, is the Weston Price organization. They're going to give you a detailed list of a variety of different concepts around feeding infants and babies. And they work. I've used them myself with my kids. I've had many of my patients use them. I know it to be something that will not only allow a child to grow, but they'll thrive. So that's something that you could do right now. You could just open up your computer and go to the Weston Price organization and go to their infant feeding section and learn about that and find the different options there. There may be some that you look at and you go, yeah, I probably don't want to make that, just because your own likes and dislikes. There might be some that you say, well, that protein I'm intolerant to, but there's going to be some in there that'll work as well. So educate yourself. Don't let the media drive fear into you so that you make poor decisions. And let's unplug from the concept that we need somebody else to feed us. We don't. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that it motivates you to educate yourself a little bit more relative to the many options. You will see things out there that says, hey, don't make your own food for babies. Well, that's where I take a different path. And I think that we need to recognize that we've somehow managed to make it this far on this planet without some manufacturer that's making a ton of cash off of something that's not necessarily that good for our body. We don't need to listen to that. We need to recollect our own conviction and knowledge base and start to provide for ourselves. Become independent in that sense. Empower yourself. A little bit of knowledge goes a long way. I hope that's helpful. Put your mind at ease. There's nothing to panic about. You don't want to ever be led by fear. Be well and have a great day.